fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
Oh, hey, Coach Yan-san. What are you doing? Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any diet plan or bodybuilding class right now.
Alright, got it. That being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. Yeah, all jokes aside, you're right. I'm looking for some help. The Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon, and so many people have been busy squeezing in their last-minute workouts that we've run out of staff for patrols.
Oh, so you've stepped in to cover their work. But don't you have a last-minute workout to do too?
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long, but more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in any of the most popular weight classes, and there's no real
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no! Don't look at Paimon like that! We are not the same weight class, and no way is Paimon competing against you! Traveler, let's just help with the patrol, alright? Otherwise, Yan-san's gonna make Paimon enter a bodybuilding competition!
Perfect. I managed to get you on board with just one look. Thank you both. It should be pretty routine. Just that'll free me up to check the other section. Let's—
Sure thing! Just leave it to us. We're experts at strolling and patrolling, don't you worry.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
What's this? Was there always a cave here? We should go take a look, right? Seems like a thing to do on a patrol. Hey, there's a hilichurl here. Is it sleeping? Doesn't look very hostile. Why is it hiding? Ah! You woke it up! Huh? It ran away. Oh, guess our reputation in Natland is more fearsome than we thought. You mean that shiny thing? Huh. Paimon bets that hilichurl thought it was a priceless treasure. It was probably planning to hide it here for safekeeping. Until we showed up. Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still. What is it? You look so serious all of a sudden. Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from? What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship? Wait, you mean the spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat? So, how did that key show up here? Are you Whoa! Yeah, these look identical. So, if one of them's yours, does that mean... Knew it! The keys to a spaceship! Somehow that really rams home the fact that you really are an actual alien. Wait, no, descender. But anyway, now we know where it came from. The question is, how did it get here? The simplest explanation is that if that's true, it means Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. Should we keep following this trail while it's hot? Or do you think we should check back in with the Ansan?
There you are. Looks like you went the extra mile today.
Oh, hey, Eon-san. What's up? Didn't think we'd see you again till we headed back to the settlement. We were
I came here to let you know that you don't need to...
Wait, cancel?
The Abyss Order attack.
Huh?
I've heard of the Abyss Order, but this is the first time I've known them to take organized action on such a large scale. It's like they're preparing to go to war against our entire nation. No clue. Our defenses are holding strong Oh, want to come with me? I'm sure everyone will feel better knowing that. Great! Then let's head over together. Malika!
Oh? Great timing, Eon-san. I was just about to send someone for you. And it's good to see the travelers with you.
looking? What's the...
The Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the same time. Clearly, this is a coordinated strike. Also, their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive, this...
It sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us. What are they trying to achieve?
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss Order activity, and we have no particular quarrel with them.
Could it be... revenge, perhaps? Would they want to get back at us for our recent victory over the Abyss?
Oh, seems unlikely. But then again, Paimon wouldn't put anything past the Abyss Order.
It's too early to say anything definite. For the time being, we should continue monitoring the situation.
How are the battles going? Not too many casualties, hopefully?
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned veterans fighting for us.
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They cannot endlessly replenish their... However, this is still a war. So we must give it our all. The tribes are organizing their defenses. Oh? In what way?
Yep, that's it.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what her goal could be?
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best terms at the moment. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler,
I see. So you two have fallen out. Huh. A pretty common occurrence between siblings.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stakes are a little higher where these two are.
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise... Just so I'm clear, you're still on Natlan's side, and you have no idea what your sibling is after. Is that right? Well, that's a relief. When you first... Our reports say that the Abyss Order has focused most of their efforts against the Masters of the Nightwind. If you don't plan on staying here with me, I'd recommend going there to lend them a hand.
I'll join you. Right now, the Collective of Plenty isn't facing a serious threat, so we should support the other tribes.
Many thanks, you two. Anything you need, send word. And don't worry, you're still Natlan's hero. I'm not... Still, if we manage to find your sister, you wouldn't mind if I gave her a good punch to teach her a lesson, would you?
Look, it's Eulalie!
I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you here? How are things looking? Mawika told us to come here.
Oh, the situation must be pretty dire if it's managed to get Lolly out of the house.
Dire? No, I wouldn't go that far. I heard we're being hit the hard. The more I thought about.
So, that's how they earned the ire of Granny.
They call themselves the Abyss Order, yes? Ugh, so tasteless. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless
Hey! She's saying your sister has poor taste.
Wait, what? Are you saying his sister is a member of the Abyss Order? I only said that because I was mad, but maybe I went too far.
Hey, let's save the chat for later. We've got some enemies incoming.
Good. A much-needed chance to vent my frustration.
You didn't have to say that last part out loud, Sweet Lolly. Anyway, let's get 'em!
Show no mercy!
Lolline, East Papa, get 'em!
Hear the echoes of the valley! Wrath from the skies! Phew, much better. That's more like it.
Oh, impressive work, Granny Eatsley. If I'd known you were on the case already, I might have reconsidered whether your tribe really needed reinforcements.
If anyone should...
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were, why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base? They won't know what hit them.
Hey, was there a battle here just now? Need any help?
The warriors from the Masters of the Nightwind are here!
The battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our well, morale's high and everyone's here. Let's go take down that stronghold!
Let the mighty be humbled!
Show no mercy!
Silence!
Forward! Crush them! What is that thing? It's like it's draining the strength right from my body. Find a way to destroy it!
Berserkers of the Valley! Full throttle!
Settle down!
You must be the boss here. Time to show you what happens when you mess with the Masters of the Night Wind!
All who resist the abyss will pay the price!
Be sanctified.
Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh! Let's ride! Full fulfill our pact!
This stronghold is neutralized.
To be honest, well, whatever.
With the stronghold cleared, this area maybe it's just me, but this time was different. With a few exceptions.
Huh? Not sure I follow. They did a tactical retreat, that's all. It's just a different strategy.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who—
So you're saying there's more to this than meets the eye?
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage. So let's stay alert and keep our defenses at the ready.
Paimon had a but you're right.
Wait, you're leaving? But I was still—
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
Let's ride! Try and stop me!
And we're back where we started. Let's look around for clues. There's no... Oh, we've scoured the entire area. Are we supposed to believe that it just fell out? Seems kind of ludicrous to lose something so important in such a dumb way. But
Oh, thank goodness! Someone's here. Please help me!
who are you? What happened?
No, now isn't the time. Please, you've got to help me. I'm being chased by monsters and I can't keep running. Can you do something?
Yeah, where are they? Paimon doesn't...
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. almost here. This really isn't the time to be joking around.
We're not. We're complete.
But how? Ugh, there's no time. They're coming. We gotta run.
What's wrong with that girl? She must be seeing things. Something really hit her! Quick, let's see if she's okay! What's wrong? Are you hurt? What was that?
The monsters! They're right there! You need to get out of here, it's too dangerous! See them. Well, it's about time. I nearly kicked the Great! Thank you, Savior!
Savior?
Settle down!
Strike a pose! Let's ride! Bring it!
You done? Paimon still can't see anything, so Chicky, it just looked like you were slicing at thin air. Kind of funny, actually. Oh, really?
Sure. It's nothing. It's okay. I didn't think much of it when the monsters were breathing down our necks, but now that
Huh? Have you never shaken
Well,
No worries. Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler. With him around, you'll be safe from any monsters. So, what was the deal with those monsters just now, anyway?
Your guess is as good as mine. I could see them the whole time, so when you said you...
Whoa! That must have been scary! The idea that we'd stand by and laugh while some poor girl was being hunted down by monsters? We aren't like that. When we say we can't see something, it's because we really can't see it. But more importantly, did the monsters hurt you? How bad is it?
It's nothing serious. But I did sprain my ankle back there. I won't be doing any more running.
Good idea. We'll take you.
Thank you so much. Despite getting injured, I still feel much safer with you around. I'm gonna stay here until I heal up.
Yeah, you already...
A small village, far away. Maybe all these trials and tribulations are part of the journey. No one said finding the Savior is gonna be easy.
Huh. That's the second time you called the
Oh, sorry. It just slipped out. I was caught off guard. The resemblance is so uncanny. Anyway, let me start from the beginning.
was once a sage who passed through my village. The sage said that doomsday was coming. But as that day approached, a savior would reveal themselves to us. The day of disaster is almost upon us, so my grandmother begged me to leave the village and find the savior before it's too late.
Doomsday?
I've heard people talk about the savior since I was a kid. Growing up, it really made an impression on me. The description is practically etched into my mind. So when I saw your golden hair for the first time, it was like this image that's existed in my mind's eye all these years suddenly came to life.
Oh, so that's why you were lost for words when you first saw him. Well, the Traveler's definitely got what it takes to be a savior. And he's already got a ton of titles, so he won't mind one extra.
Actually, I don't think it's him.
What? But didn't you say that everything matched?
Everything except the gender. The savior was described as a young woman.
Oh, for goodness sake. There are gender requirements to be a... Oh, of course. If it's not you, then it's gotta be her.
Who? Who is it? You have a sister? Well, then that's it! It's her! Please, can you take me to see her?
Maybe, if you're lucky. It just depends if we can find her.
Huh? But isn't she your sister?
Sorry. Looks like Paimon steered this conversation back to the fallout between you two.
Okay, fair enough. But since you're looking for her anyway, why don't we team up? We might stand a better chance if we work together. Yes, everyone says that the disaster is inevitable. But the Savior will rescue us all from our pain and suffering. I've always dreamed of meeting the Savior.
Do you really buy this whole doomsday thing? Seems kind of far-fetched. She broke eye contact. She was wrong, Deirdis. Something's clearly...
Oh, I just... How should I... The Traveler looks just like the Savior of my... And it's not every day that the Savior of dreams swoops in. So I'm just a little overwhelmed, that's all. 3 seconds of unbroken eye contact is the limit. I don't think my mind and body can handle any more than that.
What do you mean, limit? What happens after 3?
I'm sorry. Please forget that I said anything. Let's just leave it there for now. Like I said, I'm going to hide here until I feel well enough to move. If you manage to find the Savior in the meantime, please come and let me know. Thank you.
Are you sure you'll be okay here on your own? Do you have enough to eat?
I'll be fine. I might not be much of a fighter, but I know how to stay hidden. And if I get hungry, I'm sure I'll find something around here. Don't worry about that.
All right then. Well, take care. Being on your own isn't easy. What a mysterious girl. But hey, at least she seems to like you. And it sounds like she's gonna help look for your sister. Anyway, this is probably all the progress we're gonna make for now.
Rev the engines!
Oh, you're back! How did it go?
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But we had the weirdest experience.
So I take it that the war's still on? That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seem to be at a standstill. The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us. And since we don't know what they're planning, in a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Huh. Really makes you wonder what the Abyss Order's thinking.
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself, but I'm sure they'd appreciate a visit from the greatest hero of our time.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
Great. Thanks, you two.
Wow! Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it, though. You do? Then it's truly an honor to serve alongside you once more.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe it's part of their religion or something. Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Huh. Interesting. Oh well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose. Besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive...
Huh. Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, Traveler.
I'm sure they'll show up soon.
Finally got here.
Problem as soon as possible.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this like a meet and greet? I wasn't. I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking! What's so scary about a chat with a traveler, huh?
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero? That could be a... How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad?
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expression.
I'm sorry, great hero.
What Paimon guess? An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
What? How can you be so...
No, of course not. I just figured that... But I am still on patrol. So please, Great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me?
Again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now...
Paimon can't keep...
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've...
Okay... Well, to each their own. But Paimon...
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His...
Traveler? You're back already? No one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't...
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face value, but regardless, what I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Does it mean anything to you, Siglali?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but... hard to say. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours, or...
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But in war, adequate planning and preparation is the...
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave... Oh? Sure, what is it? Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange... It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. First...
Alright, we get it! Granny eats Lee's lip.
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway, the short answer is... there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, it's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Okay. Well, if Granny eats Lee's...
Hey, I'm not that old!
Care to elaborate on what happened?
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? Sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or other, but that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the... That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Just jumping to conclusions.
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.